younger players mentioned it? Has it been discussed in the
No,
group?
no,
and you think
no.
they are being brought down
No
by?
one's mentioned it, but yeah, we live in a world where on your phone now everything pops up, or it's hard to really switch off from everything. But yeah, as always, like I keep saying, I'm not. People are going to have their opinions. I'm not saying to not talk about it, or the pundits to say this could be better, that could be better. That's part of football. That's part of being a fan. That's part of why we love the game. But yeah, all I'd probably say is just to trust us. We've been here, we've done it. A lot of us have been in these moments before, so just to trust us and as much as possible get behind us, and that'll only give us confidence and yeah, help us to achieve what we want to achieve, and that's to be successful.
PJ? And then Dan. Yeah.
Hi, Harry. I just wanted to, obviously, that group.
Yeah, I think, yeah, kind of what I touched on earlier. I don't think there's like, like I said, there wasn't a crisis meeting or a meeting where it's like what we're going to do, or it's not like that. I think leaders lead in different ways. That might be, just talking to different people in the group. Some people might feel more comfortable talking to me, or some might be more comfortable talking to Jude, and yeah, there's loads of different players like that in the squad. So Jude's obviously still very young, but I think he's really mature for his age, and he's got some great experiences in football already. So people do look up to him, and that's a responsibility that he's taken on really well. So yeah, I guess it could just be it could be as simple as just a coffee with someone, just talking about maybe not even England, just talking about family, or talking about him at Real Madrid or me at Bayern Munich. It could just be anything, just to switch your mind off and feel comfortable and feel at ease. And then in terms of in the meetings, in the debriefs, in the games, it's just having an opinion of what you felt on the pitch, how it felt out there, what can we do, what do you think will help to be better next time. And I think in this team, more and more players are starting to feel comfortable talking in those environments to help the team.
I think he's sort of underestimated outside the England bubble because, like I say, he seems to get it in the neck, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I can't speak highly enough of Gareth and, what he's done for the team and for this nation in terms of, where we were and where we are now as a national team is completely different. I think he's brilliant on the details, making sure that kind of there's no stone unturned, and that we know everyone knows what they're going to be doing going into games, just as a person, and giving us the freedom to be ourselves, and whether that's on the pitch or off the pitch, just to feel comfortable doing that. So I think being England manager is a really difficult job. That's the bottom line. He knows that, and we all know that. And there's always going to be people who maybe criticise him or doubt him. But I think his record speaks for itself. He's been extremely successful with us. But like all of us, and like I know he wants to, we want to take that next step and win it, and we're all really determined to do that. So he will do what's best for the nation. He will make the decision what's best for the team. And all I'd say is just to get behind him, support him as the players do.
And just to be clear, so in your view, in all the players' view, he is the best man for the job.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say, Harry, that you've made a few references to previous tours.
The same thing in this team?
I think I'd probably say from all of us, maybe just a little bit more, positional discipline. Maybe is a word. Just when we look back at the games, there was times where we were a little bit too deep, and not just us as well. Like certain areas of the pitch where we had too many numbers kind of behind their kind of press or their kind of block. And then we found it really hard to then progress up the pitch. So, yeah, I think just like I said, I think as we play more of each other, especially in those positions, it will get better and we'll have more understanding. But, yeah, just maybe a bit more discipline in all of our positional play. We all want to maybe get on the ball and make a difference, which is great. It's we're all players who love getting it in those positions. But, yeah, also we need to be a threat going forward, which we haven't been, compared to our usual self. So, yeah, again, it's something that we'll work on and see what areas we can improve. But I don't think there's an issue with, us free playing with each other, for example. I think, the seasons that we all had speak for themselves. And, yeah, there's no reason why we can't start ramping that up on the pitch and getting to a level that we know we can.
and Leicester.
And what's gone on previously to sort of inspire you moving forward?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's part of having the experience and using that to your advantage. It'd be silly just to forget all those past experiences and past tournaments because they can be really helpful and really useful. And that's what I try and do. And I think a lot of the players who have been here for a long time do the same. And you have the responsibility to try and share that with the other players. But yeah, major tournaments are tough. Like I touched on, there's always going to be ups and downs. It's never just a straight line to the top, or not in our experience. And we know how much it took to get close in the last Euros. We know how, like I said, the ups and downs, the group stage, and the bottom line is what really matters is where you finish in the tournament. So no one's going to remember the 1-1 draw against Denmark if we go all the way and win it, and that's just the reality. So it's just understanding that don't get too carried away if you're winning games 3-0, and don't get too down if you're playing as we've played so far in the tournament. It's just about pushing on and finding a way to make sure we get to the knockout stage, and then once we're there, knockout football is ours to take.
Harry, you did start the tournament. Do you still believe that you can win it as a group? Because the squad is so strong, isn't it?
Yeah, we absolutely believe we can win it. I don't think... it's always a hard one, You could win the first 2 games 3-0, 3-0. You get carried away. Everyone's saying you're going to win it. And then, you come up against a bit of adversity in the first knockout game and all of a sudden you're out. So I don't think it's a bad thing that... you go through a bit of a tough time to begin with, because now it widens the focus. It makes you realise that you can be a bad game away from being out of the tournament, and and I feel like we've coped with that well in past tournaments. So look, there's always a different journey for different teams. I think from our point of view, whether we're classed as favourites or not, we have a belief that we can win it, and it's down to us to go out there and try and achieve that.
Okay, we've got 5 and then we're finished. I don't care.
Harry,
Yeah, I mean, it's a tricky one because, of course, I'm sure they would love to have my opinion and love to, but, as you know, when you're a player, you're more focused on the team and more focused on the environment. Look, again, I'm not telling people not to do their job. It's their job to analyse the game and analyse players, and there's some games where I'll get stick. There's some games other players will get stick. But I just think, just when you've been there and done it. Obviously, maybe when I'm 40 or 50 and I might be on one of those pundits trying to dig players out. I hope I'm not, but it might change. But it is what it is. But I think from my point of view, just with the experience of players who have been there and been in the experience and maybe not played well in certain games and know it's tough to play for England. It's just like, okay, well, maybe take a step back and see where you were and what it was like.
But have you contacted anybody about that?
No. But, I mean, it depends on the situation, I guess. I don't think there's a need for it at the moment. I think, especially now, with the podcast, with everything, people are trying to promote their own channels and promote their own stuff. And sometimes, as we know, the headline or the phrase, you want the most views. It's not always the happiest phrase or the one that, people love to see, that people like to discuss and debate. And people will do things out of their own gain as well to promote their own stuff. That's just life. That is what it is. But as always, like I say, just first of all, just try, from our point of view, just to ignore it, but then also, try and back the English players as much as possible. We're doing as much as we can to make everyone proud, you guys proud, the fans proud, the pundits proud, and I know they'd love nothing more than we're all celebrating, after the Euros together, and that's hopefully what we can try and achieve.
Just about Sammy. Then we're done.